All right, we're sitting here with Coach Katie Vaughn of the women's basketball team. Coach, team's now 6-0 on the road. You are 8-1 overall, thanks in large part to a big game by Ariana Walker on Saturday. Talk a little bit about how she played and then how the team played.
You know, I thought she was the only one who came out with some emotion, some motivation. She's from that area, St. Louis. Obviously, we played UMSL. But I thought a few of the girls, Tierra Snow played well for us. Dahlia Booker's from that area. I thought some of those other girls would have brought a little bit more emotion, and that's definitely what Ariana played off of. And that's what I told the girls. Whatever motivation you have to find to go out there and just play hard, that's all I ask. Every girl's different, every player's different, and you just got to dig down and find what motivates you the most. And for her, it was just having family there, having friends there to see her play. And she's a good player anyway, plays hard for us on the defensive end. Never really a big offensive threat for us, but that was obviously something she wanted to bring to the table on Saturday and knock down and punch threes for us and got us back in the game there. It was a spark off the bench, which was huge for us at that point. I just thought she played her heart out on Saturday, and it showed.
Well, like I said, your team is 8-1. It's one of the best starts to a season that Lincoln's ever had. What do you attribute that to? Going into the season, I know that you thought you could win all the non-conference games, but so far you've surpassed that. Is this a surprise to you, or is this something that you expected to see?
When you recruit kids, you don't really know how they're going to come into your program and how they're going to gel with the other kids and just all the different combinations that you have to try to get to play for you and, obviously my assistant and how we want to do things. So with the talent, yes, I thought we would be able to compete at the level we are. This early, no. I really didn't think that we would be meshing, gelling, getting kids to do what we wanted them to do, buy into the system this early. Usually, you got to go one round through the MIAA before they really buy into it and decide that, hey, this is the real deal. You got to play hard every night. You got to bring it. I think Fort Hays was an eye-opener for us. They came out, they played kind of the way they wanted to play. They didn't come out hard and understand what we were talking about playing mentally tough, physically tough in this league. So I thought the girls have bounced back from that tremendously and just decided that, hey, the bottom line is we've recruited girls that are used to winning. When we say, we're 8-1, the girls are like, well, yeah, we shouldn't have won that or lost that one. Like, that's the things I like to hear. Some of the girls from last year are like, yeah, but we're 8-1. Last year we were, we had won one game at this point. So they're okay with that. So it's a good combination where we have talent, but we also have girls that refuse to lose. And obviously that shows when we're down in games. They fight back. They don't want to lose. So, like I said, I don't think it's something I foresaw. Beating Central on the road, beating Southern on the road, those are big wins. Those are tough road wins. So it's definitely, I compliment my team. I thought they've brought it so far. We've just got to stay humble, stay understanding what our goals are for the rest of the year, and come back from off this, enjoy some break time here, enjoy our families over Christmas, and then come back ready to work, before the new year.
Well, one of the things that I have been most impressed with has been their mental toughness, especially on the road. They'll get behind, but they'll play through it and come back. They've had a couple of late games where they've either had to make free throws or hit a late shot to win. Is that something that they just have innately? Is it something that you've coached in practice? How has that developed over the season?
It's something we talk about, whether it's something that I've got in their head or it's just innate, I'm not sure. Like I said, we have competitors, which obviously when you're a competitor and you don't want to lose, you're going to find a way to win in those last seconds of those games, last minutes of those games. But it's definitely something that we talk about and we touch on every day in practice. When we start getting a little fatigued in practice and drills start not going our way, we start turning the ball over in practice, all those things, we bring them back in and we just talk about how right now in practice, when you don't want to be there, you're mentally tired, you're physically tired, you've got to find a way to just bust through that, shift down to another gear and grind through it. And that's the MIAA. You've got to find ways to grind through the MIAA night in and night out.
Well, like I said, you're 8-1. It's one of the best starts ever. Do you think that your team has played as well as it can? Do you think that there's still room for improvement? What should we expect to see either December 30th against Northwest or next calendar year?
That's what I tell coaches all the time when they scout us. You can come to our practice. I have no idea what's going to show up on that floor on game day. So we are totally still trying to get to know our team. I mean, they're a bunch of, like I've said a couple times today, competitors. They're good kids. They love to play basketball. So I definitely don't think we've seen by far what we are talented enough to do throughout the season. Now, whether we can keep growing as a team and not just settle, that's the biggest fear of mine right now, is that we feel okay with where we're at and that we don't have to come in and work hard in practice. We don't have to do the little things to be successful along down the road. So, you know, coming back off a break is always a fear of coaches. I'm sure every coach in MIAA is thinking the same thing, that what are they doing over break? If they're doing, you know, we gave them things to do, but whether they do them or not, that's on them. We're going to have a couple 2-a-day practices when we get back, get them, you know, try to get them back quick shape like for that Friday game. But everyone's in the same boat. You know, Northwest, they're doing the same thing. They're coming back on Tuesday after 7 days off. So it's not like anybody has an advantage. So we're just going to have to whip them back into shape as quickly as we can, physically and mentally, and get them prepared to go into battle again on that Friday. But like I said, I think we have competitors. I think we have good kids that want to come back and want to win and want to get back involved. You know, there's no classes, so this is all they have to do for a few more weeks, is just concentrate on basketball and get a few more wins under our belt and try to gel as a team.
All right, Coach. Thanks for your time and enjoy your break.
Thanks, Dan.